The second thing that you need to get crystal clear on is understanding your avatar's pains, fears, frustrations, or ambitions. Now, it's important to understand, to know what their problems, their challenges, or their desires are of your ideal target market, and how your product or service solves those challenges, problems, or their desires. Now, think of your business as a problem solver, because all businesses are really problem solvers. What problem does your product or service solve for your ideal target market? Now, this is where a lot of businesses go wrong, and they don't take the time to truly understand their avatar, those challenges that they have, and really how their solution will actually overcome or fix those problems or the challenges of their ideal target market, of their avatar. Now, the fastest way that to understand your ideal target market is really to survey people and find out the answers to some of the questions. I'm just going to list a few questions here. So you want to really find out what the answers to these questions are, and that will really help you understand who your ideal target market is and what their pains, fears, frustrations, or ambitions are. So the very first thing you want to know is, what is the biggest number one fear that they have when it comes to your industry or your profession? So fear is the most powerful emotion and ultimately drives many of the decisions that are made today, many of the purchasing decisions. Now, you can really uncover the real motivation when you get down to what is their biggest fear. So that's one thing that you really want to know, and by putting that in a survey and getting sort of 1, 2, 3 word answers can be vitally important to truly understanding your ideal target market and your avatar. Now, the second thing is, what is the biggest number one frustration that you have with basically an industry or a product or a service? Now, that advises you of the unmet need they have with the current products or solutions that they've actually tried in the past. So basically, frustration equals an emotional trigger. So whatever this answer is sort of the missing component in what's out there right now. So if there's a common theme amongst a lot of the people that are filling in the survey, if a lot of them are coming up with the same sort of comment or the same frustration, then you know that in your messaging that you're going to want to address that frustration, and you're going to want to make sure that your solution also addresses their biggest frustration. So if their frustration is lack of customer service, then you need to make sure that the solution that you offer comes with a customer service plan that's going to meet or exceed their expectations. Now, the third thing is, what is happening? The third question that you want to ask on your survey is, what is happening as a result of the previous problem or frustration? Now, this will help you recognize any negative implications that are out there. It helps frame the need for a solution, and really what it does is it connects the emotion to the problem. So asking that question, what is happening as a result of this problem or frustration? So surveying them and asking and getting clear on that, because a lot of people will say, well, they're not taking action, or they're not buying it, or they're not moving forward. So you know that you can utilize that in your messaging when you're crafting your marketing message to your ideal target market. You can use that to help them make the buying decision, because they're not going to have that same struggle when they're using your solution or buying your product or whatever it is. Now, the fourth question to survey these people to find out what their pains, fears, frustrations, or ambitions of your ideal target market is, what have you tried so far that hasn't worked? So you're probably not going to be the first person that the first business that they've tried, the first person that they've come to, the first solution that they've had. So they've obviously, in most cases, sometimes you will be the first, but in most cases, you won't be the first solution that they've actually tried. So you can use these words when you're also framing your marketing material. So you can say things like, well, if you're anything like me, blah, blah, blah. And then you can talk about the things that you have tried in the past that haven't worked for you. So if you're anything like me, I've tried product X and it did not do this, that, or that. And so that's one of the main reasons why I came up with this solution to solve those problems. So you can use things like that in your copy to let them know sort of how you feel, that you felt the same way, but now you found a solution. So the feel, felt, found is very powerful when it comes to copywriting. So understanding what they've tried so far that hasn't worked and incorporating that into the feel, felt, found copywriting solution can definitely help out when it comes to attracting your ideal target market. Now, the fifth question you should be surveying people is, if you could wish for the ideal solution, what would it be? Now, most people have an ideal solution in their mind that they wish they could find, or they already have the answer. They just like, oh, I wish that somebody offered this instead of that. So getting them to tell you what the ideal solution would be, because that is vital information that you can use in putting together your products and services, making sure that your product or service includes that solution, if that solution is a common theme amongst everybody. Because if it's, you survey 200 people and one person is looking for something that is just unrealistic and the other 199 people aren't looking for that same thing, then there's really no sense in including it. But if you get a lot of people looking for the same solution, that they wish their solution had this or did this or solved this problem, then there's a good chance that you'd want to use that information in your product or service and use that in your copywriting moving forward to help you attract your ideal target market. So that's the fifth question that you want to ask in your survey. Now, the sixth and final question that I have for you is, what is the single biggest question that you have right now when it comes to blank? And blank is your industry, or blank is your product, or blank is your service. So what is the single biggest question that they have right now when it comes to that? Now, what this does, it identifies the information that they currently hold as the highest value. So it's something that they have a lot of value in. They want to know this right now. So it's sort of top of the mind. So if knowing what's in the top of their mind, if you can create messaging to something that is in the top of their mind, it's going to resonate with them. They're very quickly going to take a look at your information and then go through it. And as long as you've addressed the pains, fears, frustrations, ambitions, you have the ideal solution that they're looking for, then there's a good chance that you can move them to take action. Now, you can also use these questions to create a powerful list of questions in your marketing so that you can use this list as sort of a key part of your packaging and promoting strategy. Now, I talked about that all the way through, how to use this information with respect to your copywriting. It's some powerful stuff. So doing the surveys and getting crystal clear on the pains, fears, frustrations, or ambitions of your ideal target market is very crucial when it comes to accelerating your authority, because how you write your copy, the information, the marketing material that you create, you want it to resonate with your ideal target market. So it's very powerful when you get a clear picture of who they are and you truly understand them, so that your message is going to resonate with them. Now, another thing you can do is to research Google or Amazon search terms and phrases around your product or service to see what people are actually searching for today. Now, it's going to give you some great insight into some keyword strategies that you can use in your marketing material, on your website, in your messaging. That's really going to resonate with your audience, as there's so many of them using very specific keywords and phrases when they're actually searching for the solution to their problem in, say, Google, for example. Now, you're going to want to use a combination of both the keywords from your keyword research and the information from your survey results when you're crafting your marketing messages. Okay, so that is getting crystal clear on your avatar's pains, fears, frustrations, or ambitions.